Welcome back to the Chrysalis House YouTube channel. My name is Chrysalis, and today I feel like talking to you guys more about energy neutrality and specifically how to speak in a way that implements that concept and practice into your life where you actually experience a difference. The main thing that really sets Chrysalis House apart from so many other new age, spiritual, healing businesses, places, people, whatever, is I'm really committed to and dedicated to creating real embodied transformation for you instead of just always talking about the transformation that you want to experience. I want you to actually experience it in your life, and then we can just move on to the next thing that you experience, the next thing. So in terms of actually experiencing a felt embodied difference when it comes to the concept of energy neutrality, to me, one of the biggest things that can help you instantaneously is speaking about the feelings and the sensations in your body differently. If you don't know what energy neutrality is, go watch the video on my channel. I believe it's literally titled, "What is Energy Neutrality?" And that is the beginner introduction video to this series. So when I say speak about your sensations and feelings in your body with this lens, it literally just means speaking about every single thing that you experience in your body as neutral or something that you feel empowered by. Let's take a very common example. Oh my God, okay, we're in the woods today and it's just so fantastic. So let's just take a minute before we really get into things to listen. Oh my God. It's so beautiful here. This is literally where I recorded the vocals of the Newest Testament, and I just keep coming back here. It's like my space to ground and just feel connected to the earth and myself. Let's use the example of a woman's period, because for women that is so common that most of us experience intense sensations around that time. And it is so commonplace in our society to speak about those sensations from a place of disempowerment and feeling like a victim to what's happening in our bodies. And I don't come from a place of lack of empathy or lived experience with this. Obviously I am a woman, and I used to have really, really, really painful periods to the point where years ago, I used to repeatedly say that it should be legally mandated that women have days off on their period. I no longer believe in that. I really think it's about, do you have the skills to approach your period differently? Do you have the tools in your tool set to experience that period of your cycle differently? And so hopefully this will help you guys today. So for example, if you're a woman or you have a woman in your life who experiences painful periods, it often happens in the stomach area. I know for some women we can experience headaches. I used to really experience a lot of my sensations in my thighs. When I was completely unaware of energy neutrality as a practice, I used to say things like, my cramps are really bad, I have a bad headache, my thighs hurt so much. But it's so simple. When you implement energy neutrality, it might sound or feel like you are lying to yourself at first, but that is simply because it is completely new and unfamiliar to you. And so say you do experience what you would typically previously have defined as a painful period, what you can do is say, I am experiencing really intense sensations in my stomach area right now. Or I am experiencing really intense sensations in my thighs, in my head. And it is so simple, to the point where you might even hear me speaking about it and you might be like, I can't really see that doing anything. But you don't actually know that until you do it, and you do it repeatedly over and over and over again. Because it's the practice, it's the act of doing it. When you speak about something differently, you're literally responding differently. You're taking the same situation and you're responding to it differently, which means there is no other option then for your situation to shift. Another example I can think of is, say, like after you go for a really, really, really long walk, or you've worked a long day, maybe you've worked out really intensely in the gym, and your muscles are feeling what you would typically define as sore. You might be like, oh my God, like my feet are so sore, my back is so sore, my arms are so sore, my abs are so sore, like whatever it is. The biggest difference that you can do when implementing energy neutrality is literally just say, I'm experiencing really intense sensations in my feet right now, in my back right now, in my abs right now. Or I'm experiencing interesting sensations in my feet right now. I find that one can be a bit more helpful sometimes because it puts you in this space where there is a sort of natural curiosity that emerges, right? Like when you say this sensation or this feeling in my body is interesting, it's like, ooh, interesting. Like that's kind of curious. I wonder what's happening there. And then you just get to like almost approach this sensation and feeling in your body with a bit more of a playful energy than a, oh, something's wrong, or I don't like this, like judgmental energy. Something else I wanted to touch on in this video is, if you've been around my channel or my socials, you may have heard me say something like, this will give you feelings. This gives me a lot of feelings. And you might be like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what on earth is she saying? And that is me speaking from a place of energy neutrality. It's literally me saying, this might give you feelings. So instead of me saying, this is gonna make you really, really angry, I'm literally telling you, this will give you feelings, right? Because instead of labeling the feeling, we don't need to do that. I'm just telling you, hey, you might feel some feelings here. And what I've found in my life is that, like, say something evokes a lot of feelings in me, I'll notice there's like old familiar programming, because I did this for the first 28 years of my life. It's not like the programming actually just like dies off immediately. You just choose to feed a different new programming. But I'll observe this old programming come up of like wanting to say, oh, I'm experiencing anxiety right now, or I'm experiencing stress. And it's like, you know what? I'm just feeling a lot of feelings right now. And when you neutralize it down, it like takes this power away, because anxiety, stress, grief, dread, whatever it is, it has all these judgmental layers on it from conditioning that we've had over our lifetimes. We often don't realize how powerful the language we speak about our experience is, but the reality is the way we speak about our experience literally codes our entire reality. So if you're constantly speaking about your body in ways that signify that there is something wrong with it, do not be surprised if you have an unpleasant experience with your body. But the more that I implement energy neutrality in my life, and most importantly, in the way that I speak, I notice that everything in my life is just different. Like my body literally feels different. The sensations and feelings have shifted so much over time to the point where there are way less, hello beautiful, there are way less sensations and feelings that I previously would have chosen to label as pain that even appear anymore, because I'm not feeding that wolf. And the less that you feed something, the more you're telling your intuition, your infinite, limitless perspective, I'm good without this. And that part of you is always listening from the quantum realm, right? That part of you is always listening and going, what is the human avatar that I am playing as in this video game that is the human game telling me they're giving energy to, telling me they like, right? If you're constantly talking about something being wrong with your body, it doesn't matter if on a human level you're telling yourself, I don't like this and I don't want this. You are constantly feeding energy into it. And so your higher perspective is going to go, oh my God, they like this. I'm going to keep giving them more of it. But when you're just neutral about everything and you're like, oh my God, interesting. Just feeling a lot of feelings right now. Like your entire experience shifts. Energy neutrality is so powerful, and it's a foundational element to something called energy alchemy, which I'll be teaching more about on this channel, and I'm excited to share it with you. It's not something that I would necessarily say is easy. It's simple, but like many simple things, it's not actually easy. It requires that you have a deep relationship with your body to begin with. It requires you to have an awareness of your energy, your feelings, and your sensations, of the way that you speak, think, and act. The most important element I feel about energy neutrality, aside from the just natural empowerment and curiosity and like lack of victimhood, is that when you speak and think about your sensations and feelings from this place of neutrality, you inevitably end up acting from a place of neutrality or empowerment, right? Because if you're constantly thinking about there being something wrong with your body, if you are constantly speaking about there being something wrong with your body, don't be surprised if you're like getting ice packs, taking pills, or like deliberately avoiding things to avoid these sensations, or like doing things to prevent these sensations. Like, we don't even realize when we're not being conscious all of the things that we do to actually feed unlikable experiences that we create for ourselves. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really excited to be branching out into filming outside. My name is Chrysalis. Let me know if you have any more questions about energy neutrality. It's literally so fucking powerful. Have an amazing day. Don't forget to be empowered, because you are the creator of your entire fucking reality. And if you want to know more about that, you can click the link in the description here. There is a blog post on our blog on the Chrysalis House website titled The Transmission Log. And it literally talks about how creating 100% of your reality is not about blame, it's about power. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here.